If your factory 2009 to 2018 Ram 1500 headlights have taken a beating over time or just not enough anymore when it comes to the lighting, and you're in search of a premium replacement, these Morimoto XB LED headlights with the amber DRL, black housing, and clear lens will be a great option. Now looking at these, you can tell that this set is going to be a huge improvement when it comes to the look of the front end of your truck if you not only want a more modern appearance, but a more contrasted look. Now the big reason why that you're probably looking at these though is performance. With the full LED design, this will be tailored to the Ram owner who wants to drastically increase their light output over factory headlights, whether you live in a more rural area or simply want better visibility while you're driving at night, on or off-road. This set will have a reminiscent design of the factory projectors, just extremely elevated with a bi-LED setup and a black inner housing for a stealthier feel and more efficiency in the design. Now the dual projector LED layout will be incredibly bright, and the projector lens will distribute the light evenly for a more consistent beam pattern, greatly enhancing your visibility at night. Now what switches this up from a lot of other options is the amber DRL, which won't just set your truck apart from the rest when it comes to styling with LED DRLs on the road, but it will make your truck a lot more noticeable, especially in inclement weather or foggy conditions because of the nature of an amber light. Now the DRL will also be sequential for that added style factor while increasing your noticeability just that much more, but you can also wire them to have an on-off pattern, giving yourself options when it comes to your setup. This set of lights will be made to last using a PPS plastic housing for a bolt-in design with no questions asked and a die-cast aluminum heatsink for efficient cooling. Now on the front, the lens will be made of an impact-resistant polycarbonate, being able to withstand street and off-road kickup while having a fully transparent design and a UV coating to protect them from the sun and resist any fading. Now the headlights will also be completely plug and play. It does come with a wiring harness here, so there's no need for additional wiring or hassle when you're installing these on your Ram. Now the best part of all is that these are going to meet DOT, SAE, and FM VSS 108 standards, which will give you some peace of mind with installing these and driving around with these on your Ram. Now with all the features and functions, you can probably guess that these are going to be more of a premium option, and they are at about $1,600 for this set. Now what I will say is that you're definitely getting what you pay for in the full and efficient LED design, the robust construction, and the fully plug and play setup. Now there's no compromising with what you want with this set, especially if these features are what you're looking for, making it a great option if you're looking for a set of headlights to invest in for the long run on your Ram. Install will be, again, plug and play at a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should only take you about an hour to get these on your truck. At this point, we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed step-by-step breakdown on how to get these onto your Ram 1500 at home. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
The tools you're going to need for this install include an electric or regular 3/8 ratchet, a clip removal tool, a 10mm socket, a pair of diagonal cutters, and non-included zip ties. What's up guys? Today we're going to be installing a set of headlights on our Ram, but before we get started, you're going to watch a short video on how to uninstall your stock headlights, and I'll meet you guys back here for the install.
Alright, so the first step in our uninstall is to grab a 10mm socket, and what we're going to do is remove the 4 10mm bolts holding on the top of our grill. All right, so once the bolts are out of our grill, you can lift up on the brackets and pull straight out towards you. All right, next up, we're gonna remove the 2 10mm bolts at the top and bottom of your headlight. Grab your 10mm socket and let's get the top one out first. Now we're gonna use just a regular ratchet with a 10mm socket because this one is a little bit harder to get to. With the bolts removed, you can grab your headlight and wiggle it forward. If your wiring harness is still attached to the back of the headlight, make sure you're removing that. We're going to unplug both connectors. Pull back on the red tabs, press down and remove them. And remove your headlight.
All right guys, so our first step of this install, we're gonna be wiring up the daytime running light harness. We're gonna locate the fuse box, and we're gonna locate F66 fuse, which is gonna be your sunroof. And that's just an extra one for us since we don't have a sunroof. So now we can get this wired up. So this is gonna be your fuse box. It's right in front of your battery. You're gonna lift up on these two tabs. And we're gonna lift up. And our F66 is going to be this fuse here. So now we can grab our fuse puller, which is right up in front of our fuse. I'm gonna pull that out of its spot, and it's going to be this one here. So we're gonna set that puller on top, press down, and lift up. Now we're gonna set this fuse off to the side, put our fuse puller back. So now once our fuse is removed, we're gonna grab our fuse tap, which has a 10 and 5 on here. And we're replacing that from the 10 amp fuse. We're just going to press that down. So now it's into place. And we're gonna leave this off to the side. We can close our fuse box. So now I have my harness here. We have the two connectors. If we unravel our wires, there's going to be a short side and a long side. The long side is going to be going over to the passenger side, and the short side is going to be on the driver's side. So now that you've located your short side, since the fuse box is so close to the driver's side headlight, we're just going to bunch up the remaining wires just so we have a cleaner look. We're going to run a zip tie over it to hold it down in place. Grab yourself a pair of diagonal cutters. Just going to cut off that excess. Now we're going to run this down through here so it comes down to our headlight. Now of course for you guys at home, you guys can wire this up however you'd like, but I'm going to run our wire for the passenger side along with this wiring harness. So I'm going to tuck this down and follow. I'm going to grab another zip tie and just loop it around. Just going to keep that in the way. Make sure that your wire is not hitting anything hot or moving. Grab that diagonal cutters again. Cut off the excess. And we could run this through here. I'm going to run this back down so it can come out of the headlight. Then once we've gotten to this point, we're going to bunch it up the same as we did on the driver's side. Cut it with our diagonal cutters. And we'll let this hang so we can install our headlights. All right guys, so now we're here on the passenger side. We're going to be connecting our connectors to the headlights. So our green connector is going to be on this red and brown wire. So we're just going to plug that in. Press in so you hear it click. I'm going to press in that red tab to lock this in place. And we'll grab our black connector. That black connector is going to be going to the black and yellow connector. So same thing. Press until you hear it click. Push in that red tab. And we'll grab our DRL harness that we wired up previously. We're going to find the DRL connector, which is here. And we'll have this tab set over this lip here. And now I just want to show you guys, this headlight is equipped with the sequential turn signals, and this is how you activate that. If you have this unplugged, it will have the sequential look to it where it goes down the line, and if you leave this together, they will flash solid. So now I'll show you the difference between the two. All right guys, so as you can see, this is what the headlights look like with the turn signal on and the connector connected. When we go to the back and undo that, they turn sequential like so. So now we're ready to install our headlight into its location. We're going to make sure that this ball here slides into this white mount. So we're going to tuck all of our wires over to the right. We're gonna slide this in, make sure that nothing gets pinched. Make sure that ball's in there. So now we can reinstall our bolts. This longer bolt is going to be on the lower mount. So we'll thread that in by hand first. And this shorter bolt is going to be for our top mount. So then we'll grab a 10mm socket and we're going to tighten both of these up. Now you can repeat this process for the driver's side. So now we can reinstall our grille. These 4 tabs on top are going to go over top of the radiator support to line up with the holes. We're going to go under the cable wire for the hood latch. Slide that into place, and we can thread our bolts in. So the 2 finer thread bolts are going to be our 2 middle ones, so we're going to thread that in. And our 2 larger threaded bolts are going to be the 2 on the outside. Now we'll tighten all 4 of these down with our 10mm socket. So now we can reinstall our plastic cover, following with our 6 push clips. We're going to line this up, set it into place. We'll grab our Christmas tree clips. We're going to line the holes up and press these down. We got one more over here on the side. Now your install is complete. So that's going to wrap up the install on our Morimoto XB LED headlights with amber DRL, black housings, and clear lenses for your 09 to 18 Ram 1500. Thanks for watching, and for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.